our graves, so many situations that drive us to think, is there really hope for us? And that's why this program is here for you, to remind you that you can say no to all injustices. You do not have to sit quietly and say that that's the way the world is. That's not the way the world is. We have the opportunity, we have the strength to speak against injustices that are facing us. And however minute, we can make a difference. We can make a difference. We can truly make a difference. I'm Ukarimu, I'm your host, and just in case you want to reach out to us, you can reach out to us through our Twitter handle at ShineFM103, Facebook ShineFM Daystar, Instagram at ShineFM103. 103. Apologies for that. I reiterate: Twitter handle at ShineFM103, Facebook ShineFM Daystar, and Instagram at ShineFM103. Let us keep the justice conversation going, and before we delve on the topic of discussion tonight, or rather, before I introduce two wonderful people who are here in studio with me, allow me to read a scripture so that we can set the pace on the issues we're going to be laying forth from today henceforth. Because the Speaking of Justice program is back, and it will be better, and most importantly, it will be here for you. It is a program that that will forever be there to walk you through this justice journey, to embrace you as you are. Then I think you found it. It's the Speaking of Justice program. And today our scripture will come from the book of Isaiah, that is chapter 1, verse 17. And it states, "Learn to do right, seek justice, defend the oppressed, and take up the cause of the fatherless, plead the case of the widow." I reiterate: learn to do right, seek justice, defend the oppressed, take up the cause of the fatherless, plead the case of the widow. And this is a scripture that just speaks unto us to be people of justice, to learn to do right, to learn to seek justice, and to defend the oppressed. And just because we are getting the best out of life and we're not being faced with particular situations, that does not mean that we should be, we should be nonchalant, or rather calm, in the face of injustices. Just because it does not affect us, directly, that does not mean that we should just keep quiet. We are here for one another. Ubuntu, Boto, these are the words that define us as a community, define us as a people. And a community, I do not mean that one community over the other. I mean that we are a community of wonderful human beings who are, inhabiting this wonderful earth. And for us to be able to live together, we need to understand the aspect of togetherness, the aspect of togetherness that's illustrated in the words Ubuntu, Boto, and even Umoja, and the list continues. So that was our scripture, Isaiah chapter 1, verse 17. Remember, you should learn to do right. You should seek justice, no matter what. Defend the oppressed, even though some things are not affecting you directly, and take up the cause of the fatherless. Plead the case of the widow. We need to be able to walk through this justice journey together and hold one another's hands, and assist one another in making this world not just a better place, but a place that can be habitable for us all. And as you will notice, I'm kind of nervous because it's been long since I was on air, and today is the last day I will be on air as a host to the to the Speaking of Justice, program, because we have new people taking charge, and new people who are going to give this program a new, fresher look, and who are going to see to it that this program serves you better, and it goes to the nooks and crannies of Daystar, goes to the nooks and crannies of Kenya, and even Africa, and even the world at large, to see to it that we build champions of justice, because there's no better way for us to live in this world than to understand that justice is imperative in all our struggles. And justice is not a word that you just should use because you're scared of it, but it's a word that we should use because we need to have regulations, we need to have, rules and laws, and all that guide us as a society. We need to have those statutes that govern us, those statutes that promote us, promote our societies to be better. And before I introduce the two people who are with me on air, who will be taking over from me, allow me to play a song. And that song will be Arise Africa. When we come back, I'll tell you why that song had to play. Have a listen.
Those are the entertainment. Yeah. Inch. Danola production. Oh, yeah. Na me fe pere. Africa gule. No, 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 no. Aniki okie. And I know what we all must rise. That you believe that every now real the world we shall be together. It's one. Did I know that love, Mama Africa?
That is Arise Africa by NG. And it's a song that says to it, or rather, look at me, a song that aims at talking to us to arise as Africans. And I'm not saying this in a biased way, but I believe in the world that we're in, for us to be able to say that we are in a better place, all continents, all nations have to be represented. And we all have to give platforms to each and every nation equally, and get rid of this thing of patronizing and underdog and top dog. For us to be able to live in a much more habitable world, we need to be able to be accepting of one another despite our nationalities, despite our tribes, despite where we come from, basically, despite our color and all those issues that, speak injustices in our lives. And yet we know very well we would love to walk in the foots, or rather, we would love to walk in the steps of those people who've made strides in making this place a just world. And that's what we should be seeking at this particular moment. At this Before I introduce the people who are with me in studio, allow me to remind you to join us in this particular conversation. And if you would love to talk to us, or rather, if you would love to reach out to us or comment on anything that you feel we should do or we haven't done, please do so by reaching out to us. That is on our Twitter handle at ShineFM103, Facebook ShineFM Daystar, Instagram at ShineFM103. Let us keep the justice conversation going. And at this particular moment in time, I would love to introduce the two people with me in studio. On to my left is a lovely lady, and onto my farther left is another gentleman by the name Kim. Oh, I've actually introduced you. Look at me. So this is what we're going to do. We'll start with Kim because I've already introduced him. He'll state who he is and what he's doing and what he'll be doing for the justice struggle. Yes.
Hello, my dear listener. My name is Kim. I go by Kim, but my full name is Joseph Shege. And I'm a major in communication, electronic media studies, and for the longest time I've been in Daystar under that course. And now it has come time for me to be a champion of justice, and I call upon you, my listener, as well, to join me in this quest, and let us journey together in wisdom, and let us help each other. Thank you.
Thank you. He said you want to be a champion of justice.
Yes, indeed.
You want. You were not a champion of justice before. Why?
I've been a victim.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think we all start from somewhere, and that's where I was. And now I'm in that transition. You see? Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, and on to my left.
I don't even know why she did not introduce me by saying my name, but it's okay.
I'm sorry.
I hope this voice is familiar to most of you because I've had a show here. My name is Abigail Wafula. I'm also doing communication, electronic media. I'm passionate about justice because, as Kim said, I've also been a victim on certain circumstances, but I've also been a champion on certain circumstances, and I hope that together with him we shall be able to inspire one or two people to portray justice in what they do, because justice is really a critical thing in this country and even worldwide. And yeah, I'm hopeful that we shall be able to help people to know the value of justice. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you so much, Abby and Kim. And as they've touched, or rather, as they were speaking, they said something very important, that they were victims and now they've chosen to be champions of justice. We should no longer accept the victim seat. We have to stand up for justice, no matter how much we'll have to pay in the near future, because justice is a huge deal. And those people who stand for the right thing, more often than not, they are faced with challenges and sometimes threats and life threats, to just add onto the dire, situation here. And since they've said that they're going to be champions of justice and that they will be the ones who will be championing this particular, course in Daystar University and beyond, I'm happy. I'm very happy to be handing over this particular program to able people who will take this particular show to greater heights, and they will see to it that it serves your needs, and it's this program champions you, rather it pushes you to see that your societies are free of injustices, and if not free, that injustices are not tolerated in any way possible. And we'll be engaging in a discussion with them. And my question unto them is, what is justice to you? So I'll start with Abby. What is justice to you?
Justice to me is basically doing the right thing at the right time, with the right people, and with the right purpose. Yeah, that's the simple definition I can give to justice. Yeah.
Kim, what's justice to you?
Justice to me is how opportunities are distributed, how food is distributed, how money is distributed, and how education is distributed. Yeah, actually, any resource that's important to humans, how is it distributed? Now that's where justice is.
Okay, so if I were to ask you, how important is social justice to you as an individual, and how important do you think it is to the entire society at large?
Well, it's important because as human beings, we are very special creatures. We are like at the center of everything. We hold the balances. We can either destroy this planet or we can save it. When you look at the environment, and we normally call it Mother Nature, you can see that we are at a point that we are supposed to mother nature. It's Mother Nature, but let us mother nature.
Okay, we are supposed to be mothering the nature.
Exactly.
Okay.
And we are part of nature. We are part of this planet.
Okay.
So let us keep that balance, and when you keep that balance, now we have justice.
Okay.
Just like in the Bible.
Okay.
Yeah, the angel, who is this? There's a horseman who will come, and he will be holding balances in his hands. Yes, I think it's a point of crucial concern.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Abby.
Yeah.
What does social justice mean to you as an individual, and how important is it?
To me, social justice basically is doing the right thing socially to help people. And Kim's definition, he said that distribution of wealth, food and all that stuff. And to me, social justice is just working towards achieving that goal as an individual and also as a team, to be able to help people out here. Yeah, that's what I can say about social justice.
Before I go back to my lovely guests, now turned hosts to this program, allow me to state that if you would love the Speaking of Justice program to cover any particular issue that you consider it of interest, please reach out to us. Reach out to us by calling us or texting us through the number, Abby's number and Kim's number, so that when you spot something outside there, you can be able to communicate to them and with them and urge them to raise that issue and champion that particular cause. So, Abby, what's your number?
0769 18 98 47. I repeat, 0769 18 98 47. Yeah.
My number is 0714876979. I repeat again, 0714876979.
Okay. So when you spot an issue when you spot any particular issue that you would love to be addressed, or rather you would love the Speaking of Justice program to speak about and to raise that particular issue in its fullness, please do not hesitate to reach out to the new hosts through that through their individual numbers. It's time for us to walk together. Ubuntu, as I said, Boto, Umoja, that is our slogan. We have to walk together in order to create a habitable place for us to live in, and that is our world. So, so Kim and Abby, when you are at home, do you spot any injustices that you would love to bring to our attention?
Okay. There were many injustices I spotted. Some affected me, some did not. But the major thing that I noticed is in the education sector, where Daystar University were doing online classes, but I had friends since April, was it April, when we went home, they never attended any classes and the schools were closed completely. So I just felt like it was not fair, because there are some people whom I joined with and right now probably they're still first years. So for me that was a very critical issue, and I just love to present it, and just urge schools out there to emulate to go with the changes in technology and everything.
Okay. Kim.
Speaking of that, actually from Abby, I've realized education was a crucial thing that happened. It's when you lose something, that's when you discover that actually that something is very impactful to your life. And when the schools closed down and we were told to go and study from home online, there are people who don't have money to install Wi-Fi. Because for the longest time, my family, we've just been surviving on bundles, But at this time, we were capable, because it was a necessity to install Wi-Fi. But I was thinking about those kids whose parents have just been, who have been fired. They've lost their jobs because companies had to close down and cut down on employees. It was 2020 was a really tough year.
Yeah, so true.
It was a really tough year, and when you see that employment, education, it's like they go hand in hand. And when those two things are not there in the society, and the government cannot support those systems, now it's chaos, because kids who would go to school to get uji there or that githeri, no, they can't go there, and their parents are at home. They cannot provide food for the kids during those times. People would miss meals, as in missing a meal it's really, when you miss a meal, you feel disgraced,
Yeah.
Because cows out there are eating grass, until they're eating grass the whole day, and then you unajipata you don't have even money for lunch. It's really bad. It's really bad.
Yeah.
And who is it to blame? It's the institutions that are holding these resources. Sorry to say, but they have failed. They are failing, because at the end of the day, we don't need, as much as we need those tarmac roads, we still need to put something down the mother throats, Yeah, so I think those two areas, education
and employment.
And gives birth to hunger crisis.
True. And just for the good records, Kim is so passionate about food justice,
Oh, yes.
so you'll be listening about a particular topic of interest from him.
Yes.
Oh, quite a lot. Yeah.
Yes.
So thank you so much for assisting us to understand how social justice is important to you, number one, and number two, it's the meaning of justice unto you, and number three, the injustices that you faced. And I'm quite certain there are other injustices that we faced as individuals, and if you would love to share them with us, please do so by contacting us on our Twitter handle at ShineFM103, Facebook ShineFM Daystar, Instagram at ShineFM103. And just for today, you can reach out to me through text or WhatsApp through the number 0792346029, 0792346029. Or alternatively, if you feel as if you want to call in, please feel free to do so through the number 07099722654, 07099722654. Let us keep this conversation of justice going, because justice cannot be divided. We cannot say that these people are going to live in a just environment and these others won't. Just like I don't remember the order of these words, but I verily remember that it was a particular pope who said that peace is indivisible. Peace is indivisible. You cannot give peace to one group of people and you don't give peace to the rest, because those people who do not have peace will see to it that peace is not for all. Peace cannot be divided and justice cannot be divided. So let us take a musical break for now. And My World Needs You Right Now will be playing next by Kirk Franklin. Apparently, or rather, in truth, we really need God, and our world really needs His presence and His guidance. Yeah.
The 20, counting down 20 of the hottest jams in the region. Every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Only on 103.1 Shine FM.
You're listening to Shine FM 103.1.
Kwa majina naitwa Njugush na niko hapa ndani ya Shine FM 103.1.
Ideal guy for me, I'd say first and foremost God-fearing, not extremely spiritual, but really just acknowledge God.
I like shy and laid back.
Napenda dem brown skin, intelligent, na simple.
Whatever your preferences, we have got you covered.
Mine has to be ripped, funny, and interesting.
I like beauty and brains.
Yeah, tall, dark, and handsome.
Tune in to Dating 101 every Sunday from 8 to 11 p.m. for all your love and relationship advice. Only on 103.1 Shine FM.
Who are your champions of social justice?
Shujaa wangu wa haki ni Nelson Mandela.
Dr. Martin Luther King.
Wangari Maathai.
Justice is indivisible. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere.
How can we become heroes of social justice?
Alipigania haki za binadamu kwa kujitolea.
He championed for justice through a biblical approach.
I love her quote which says, "Why do we have to be persuaded to seek justice for our own people?"
Tune in to Speaking of Justice every Wednesday from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. only on Shine FM 103.1.
We are going forward. The march towards freedom and justice is irreversible.
Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. And before I'll be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. No more weeping. No more weeping. No more weeping. No more weeping over me. And before I'll be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free. Yeah. They'll be singing. They'll be singing. They'll be singing. They'll be singing over me. And before I'll be a slave, grave and go home to my Lord and be free. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. And before I'll be a slave, I'll be buried in my grave and go home to my Lord and be free.
Welcome back to the Speaking of Justice program with me, Nyokabi, for the last time. For the last time. So just in case you're tuning in, this is a Speaking of Justice program, a program that seeks to provide a platform for us to discuss much more about social justice issues, and raise champions of justice out of us. If you'd love to reach out to us, please do so through our Twitter handle at ShineFM103, Facebook ShineFM Daystar, Instagram at ShineFM103. If you feel the urge to call, please do so through the number 709-972-654 or 972-654. Let us keep the justice conversation going. And before we get into a discussion with now the hosts or guests turned hosts of this particular program, I would love to read particular messages from you people. I'll start with Dr. Chip Kingsbury. He says he loves this song. I think All Freedom. Yeah, he loves All Freedom, the song that was playing before we queued in. And he says we need to rewrite it to say something directly about social justice issues in Kenya, that is corruption, inequalities in wealth, etc. And also he states that, or rather he questions, did some groups of people in Kenya suffer more under COVID than did other groups? Did some groups of